Well, you had to imagine that this sort of news was coming. The Denver Broncos did sign two players today in tight end Tommy Hudson and kicker Elliott Fry. So we knew that a couple of cuts were likely coming. And the two players who had to walk the plank were Tyreek McAllister and Jock Patrick, both running backs. Tyreek McAllister was a guy who had signed a futures contract with the Broncos this offseason. He was then waived by the team, re-signed a couple of weeks later, and now he once again gets waived to make room for Elliott Fry. Then, after the Tommy Hudson news came out, it was announced that the Broncos have waived former XFL leading rusher Jock Patrick. So that now thins out the competition a little bit in the running back room. Javonte Williams is obviously RB1, assuming that he's healthy, and at this point in time, all signs are indicating that he will be at least somewhat close to 100% healthy by week 1, and he most definitely should be out there. Then we've got Samaje Perine behind him, Tony Jones Jr., mostly a special teams contributor in my opinion, but he could find his way onto the field offensively as well. He's very familiar with this offensive scheme from his time in New Orleans. Then we've got Jaleel McLaughlin, undrafted free agent, Tyler Beatty, former Baltimore Ravens draft pick, and somebody who I really like. He actually scored a touchdown for the Broncos last year, and he looked really, really good in the season finale against the Chargers. Then we've got Demarie Crockett, and with Jaleel McLaughlin, I really feel like he's got the strongest chance to make the 53-man roster. Probably alongside him, it would be Tyler Beatty, because if you've heard me talk about those players here on this channel, I have said that those players are speedy and explosive running backs, and that is exactly what the Denver Broncos are lacking right now, because Javonte Williams, although I do feel like he's probably going to have to change his run style a little bit and not drag as many bodies as he once did, he's still more of a physical bruising runner than he is a speedy explosive runner. Samaje Perine has said himself that speed and explosiveness are not a part of his game. He's a tough-earned 5 yards kind of guy. And those are good pieces to have on our offense, don't get me wrong. And same thing for Tony Jones Jr. should he see the field offensively. He's kind of a perfect backup for Javonte Williams and Samaje Perine. But we really need that speedy change of pace running back, that Phillip Lindsay type player. And at this point in time, I feel like the player who could really bring that for us is Jaleel McLaughlin. Although it may come as a surprise to some that the team elected to move on from Jock Patrick, they feel like that they are heavy at the running back position, and they felt like they were light at the tight end position. That's why they brought in Tommy Hudson. And obviously we needed a kicker because we cut Brandon McManus, so that explains the Elliott Fry move. As I talked about in my Elliott Fry video, I'm not sure if they're going to bring in competition for him or if he is the kicker for the Denver Broncos heading into week 1. I personally hope that they at least bring in some competition for him, and should that happen, we would obviously need to make another cut in that scenario. So I'm curious, Broncos country, how do you guys feel about the team electing to move on from Jock Patrick and Tyreek McAllister? Drop those comments down below, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts, as always. Be sure to leave a like on this video, as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are two free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out to fellow members of Broncos country, just like you and me. And until next time, guys, this has been another episode of Denver Broncos Syndicate. I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.